Mourinho is now in charge at Benfica, a team with a stacked trophy cabinet, but their last European trophy was over 60 years ago. Obviously, they're not getting a prime Mourinho, but he is still a serial winner. Portugal has three main clubs: Sporting, Porto, and obviously Benfica. We don't want to just dominate Portugal though, we want to take over Europe. We might reunite Jose with some familiar faces, but we will definitely win Benfica the Champions League. And this is what our starting team looks like. Honestly, it's very good. We're still way off the Champions League trophy, obviously, but I'm happy with how we're starting. There's a lot of key players in this squad, and I think there's a couple areas we could potentially improve. Firstly, left back. Dahl is young and he is good. Look, he's only 22 years old. He's got half decent stats, but he is only 73 rated. So maybe if we bring in someone in their prime right now to start, and then Dahl can develop off the bench and stuff like that. And the other one is a similar vibe with Sheldrup in attacking midfield. If we bring in an experienced player to go alongside him to share the minutes, because obviously we're going to have a lot of games. We've got the league and the Champions League. And £54 million is actually very generous. We can definitely make some big moves in this first window to give us a little bit of a jump getting closer to that Champions League trophy. But this man, Antonio Silva, is going to be so key for us. 21 years old, 80 pace, 80 physical. He's one of the best wonder kids on the entire game. If we can keep hold of him, there's no reason he can't be like our captain when we win the Champions League. But I mean, as you can see, there's quite a bit of good youth in this squad. So I'm actually quite happy with the starting 11. Maybe if we mix in some Champions League experience, we could be all right for season 1. We've bought in Ferland Mendy for £19 million and Paul Pogba for £14 million. Probably not going to be here in the long run. He's not that high rated. He is a bit old, but Paul Pogba and Jose Mourinho are reunited. Ferland Mendy's now 81 rated at 30 years old. He's not going to be first choice at Real Madrid anymore. So I feel like this is a sensible step down. He gets to be managed by Jose Mourinho and potentially win another Champions League. And Paul Pogba, he's 79 rated. But we all know how good he is. And it's the first time I've been able to realistically sign him on this game. He's added back to the game. Let's use him. Paul Pogba could win Benfica the Champions League. So this is how we're looking to line up for season 1. We've got Pogba in there, but don't worry. We've got Sheldrup as backup for youth. And then we've got Mendy at left back, but don't worry, because we've got Dahl as backup for youth. So we just add some experience at the highest level to this team. And honestly, look at some of these players. Like some are on loan, like Sudakov on this left-hand side. But either way, we've got a lot of talent in this squad, mixed with some good youth. Otamendi has literally just won the World Cup a couple years ago. He's now 37, but his experience, he's next to Antonio Silva. We've got good backups in Araujo. So honestly, this team is extremely good. I'm very happy with it. I don't think there's anything else left to do. I don't want to sell anyone in season 1. I want them all to have an opportunity to impress me. So this team is the one going into season 1. We've got to win the league. That's got to be our main goal. And secondly, I want to at least make like the quarterfinals in the Champions League just so we gain a little bit of experience. Oh, we won the league with absolute ease in the end. It was only 3 points, but trust me, look, we only lost 2 games all season, scoring 79 and only conceding 30. But if you come over to the Champions League, this is where we struggle. So it's a Leverkusen Liverpool final. We have to go back to the league stage where we only picked up 7 points. To be fair, we did get 4 draws, which was our downfall because we also got 3 losses and only won 1 game. So going into the next season, we need some Champions League level quality added to this team, clearly. So I mean, now this is what our team is looking like at the end of the season, and the squad is really good. The striker's up to 84. Sudakov is up to 84, but he's only on loan to us. Sheldrup's broke into the starting 11. Silva and Araujo's now the centre-back partnership. Trubin's 85. The squad is so good. I'm really happy with it. But big changes are still going to need to be made. So our striker put up 19 and 3 in the league and 3 and 8 in the Champions League. It's not too bad at all. And then our right mid as well, 15 and 15 in the league. That's absolutely fantastic. Paul Pogba, 11 and 10 and 4 and 5 in the Champions League. That's the kind of Champions League quality we're talking about. Sudakov, obviously, he's only on loan. We did get 10 and 5 and 2 in the Champions League. It's a bit of a shame to be losing him. We're going to see how much they want to make it permanent because he was a good player for us. But if it's too much, we'll have to find someone else. Rios as well in DM. Solid stats all round, but I think just a little bit more quality, and maybe this season we can go on a nice little Champions League run. And £78 million is absolutely fantastic going into this season. The squad is ready for a Champions League push. So obviously we did lose Sudakov on the left, so this is what the squad is currently looking like, but we did return with Koku, who was out on loan, and he's 85 rated. He's exactly the Champions League quality that we were talking about. Look, he's already our joint highest rated player now. He's going to be fantastic in that centre mid role. Our midfield depth now is fantastic, and he is going to be such a key player in this Champions League run. Depth is going to be so important, and we've just got such a good player for spending nothing. He was just out on loan. Now he's returned. It's like a new signing. Before this season, I think we're going to play Shelderup on the left and then bring in an attacking midfielder to play in front of Koku and Rios. And then on the left as well, we've got a bit of backup. I think that's the main signing. And the only other one, is centre-back, because there's no backup. And I think we might play Araujo at right-back just because he's got the pace. It's a little bit more solid defensively. So a centre-back and an attacking midfielder, and then I think we're basically ready to go straight into the next season. Patrick Wimmer is the attacking midfielder for us. He can also fill in out wide as well. I feel like José Mourinho would love an attacking midfielder with some energy in that midfield. And Agbadou from Wolves, because they got relegated this season, £22.5 million. Agbadou's got the pace as well, 80 pace with 82 physical. He's just a solid centre-back. I'm very happy with him and Antonio Silva as a partnership, with Araujo on the right and Mendy on the left. And then Patrick Wimmer, 84 pace, 82 dribbling, 5-star skills, which is very cheeky. But I think him and that attacking midfielder, we might start to try and press a little bit higher and cancel teams out so quickly. And I think he'll fit that role perfectly. So with them in the team, this is what the squad is looking like. I think this season, it's not an ambition, it's an expectation to make the quarterfinals of the Champions League. This squad is definitely of that level to do it. We've got some youth in there that's going to carry on growing. As you can see as well, our depth is actually very good. The only player we're looking to sell is probably this guy right here, Florentino. I don't know why, because he does look good, but he's only got 57 pace. I just don't really see a space from him in this team. He's just going to become unhappy, so we're going to try and get rid of him. But the squad depth is absolutely fantastic. The starting 11 is definitely Champions League level. Could we even pull an upset and win the Champions League this season? As you can see though, Bar had a release clause that I didn't realise, so it's been triggered, and it looks like he's heading to Frankfurt, so that might make us have to reassess our situation a little bit. And then these are what our tactics as well are looking like going into the season. The player roles, as you can see, with the ball, it looks a bit weird, but that's just because you can't make a tactic that doesn't look weird. But I think it's a good counter-attacking style of play. But in the Portuguese league, we can also dominate the ball because of our quality. But in the Champions League, we can focus on a solid defensive performance and look to counter with the wingers. We've got creativity, we've got energy. I think this is going to suit our team the best. And Bar has gone to Frankfurt for 25.9 million. So maybe it's time to look at a backup right back. As you can see, we let go of Araujo, not the centre-back, don't you worry. Suarez, the backup keeper, and Florentino for 25.5 million. But we've bought in Zanotti for 17.8 as our backup right back. So that is the transfer window shut for us. No more deals are going to be made as Benfica look to bring the Champions League trophy back to Portugal. We won the league again, this time only losing one game, and we won it by 18 points. But the best part is, if we go over to the Champions League, as you can see, it's a Bayern Munich PSG final, but we don't have to go far to find Benfica. We made it to the quarterfinals, but just lost to Spurs. I would say that's definitely a massive improvement on last season, and we're slowly getting closer to winning the entire thing. And this team now is looking fantastic. There's not many weak spots. Shelderup hasn't progressed like we kind of wished he would have, but Vim is now up to 83. Luke Bacchio, I think is how you pronounce it, is now up to 86. Koku's 86. Pavlidis is 86. Antonio Silva 85. Trubin 87. The team is absolutely fantastic. And I mean, look, Luke Bacchio got 23 goals and 10 assists and 8 and 3 in the Champions League. Our striker, 23 and 7, 6 and 1. Koku from centre mid got 7 and 5, 3 and 2. Rios from centre mid, 8 and 5. Bruma, see, this is the thing. The left-hand side was shared a lot. Bruma actually became the starter because he was just performing a bit better when he was playing. Shelderup had some injuries as well, so it's a bit of a difficult one, but I feel that is definitely one area that we could improve. But as you can see, Pogba's contract is retiring at the end of the season. He was only here for 2 years. That first season, he was so important. This year, he's gone down to 75. I think it's best for him if he just goes somewhere else, get a bit more money while he can at his age. And 111 million is absolutely ridiculous for Benfica to be spending. I feel like this year has got to be be the year that we go on to win the entire thing. We have decided a little tactical change might be needed, so Jose Mourinho's used his brain and gone for a 4-2-1-3. We're full send in the counter-attack. We want the wingers a little bit higher, but Cocu and Rios are still going to sit in front of their back four to offer the defensive stability. But honestly, with Wimmer just running everywhere in that midfield, with a front three like this, spoiler, left wing is going to be the position we sign. Bruma and Shelder up. If we want to win the Champions League this year, I don't think they're the players to do it, sadly. So we are going to be looking for a new left winger. But everyone else in the team, I'm happy with. I know we have a lot of depth, but a lot of it isn't really usable. But they're there for league games if there's injuries or if we need to rest people for league games. They're good enough for that. So we're not actually looking to sell like anyone this window. Our backup in terms of the bench is very solid, considering we're still going to be bringing in a player this window as well. So the tactics I'm happy with. The squad I'm happy with. I just think one star winger, and that could transform our team instantly. And Kevin Shardy's the man for us for £30 million. I know what you're thinking. He's not really a star player, a Champions League winning caliber of player, but he's rapid. And I don't think necessarily we need rating in that front three. I think we need someone that fits the system perfectly. With him now on that left wing, look how good the speed is of that front three for the counter-attack. So we've got Wimmer in behind. I think we needed a tricky, fast winger that can get in behind. Because in the league, we're clearly not struggling. The Champions League is going to be the difficult point, and we're going to have to play off scraps. So if we can get the ball up there and knock it out wide, we've got speed on that left wing now, and he's going to be so good at just creating chances out of basically nothing. And I think if we're going to win the Champions League with him, that is exactly how we're going to do it. Transfer window shut for us. I told you we're having an empty window this year. We've still got £73 million in the budget, but we're going to try keep it somewhat realistic and give it back to the owners to keep them happy. But can Jose Mourinho and Benfica win the Champions League? It's about time we find out. But we have bad news. We've made it to January and Cocu's release clause got met by Atletico Madrid. £129 million. I don't remember him having one. Either way, to be fair, £130 million. In terms of the business for the club, the board are going to be happy, but it has left a massive, massive hole. Because this team obviously still looks fantastic. If you look at some of the ratings, this year we're heavily, heavily pushing for the Champions League, and it's going well. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's going well, believe me. But now, DM Barrero isn't of the level, is he? Let's be real. He isn't Champions League winning level. So we're going to need to bring someone else in. And we have £202 million. We're obviously not going to spend that all on one player, but it basically gives us freedom to sign whoever we want in that DM role. And I've already found the perfect player for us. And Guendouzi is the man for us. £52.4 million. But trust me, he will change our team. Look, he's 85 rated. He's got experience. He is so solid defensively. So now our duo in DM midfield is so good defensively. And I think that's going to be so important for the Champions League. We're going to be playing against bigger, better teams, but defensively, we're so good. The difference between us and teams like Real Madrid, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, we can put all our focus onto the Champions League. We don't need to win the league. We've done it already a couple times. All our focus is going to be on the Champions League. And hopefully, next time I see you, like I said, I'll see you in the final. And we're in the Champions League final. We have an opportunity to win Benfica the Champions League. As you can see, we did lose in the cup final with the National Cup. We beat Frankfurt in the semis, and it's us versus PSG to decide it all. We did win the league, and once again, it was only one loss. But it was 1 point in it. But that means every single year, all 3 years, we won the Liga Portugal. And now we have a chance at winning the Champo League. And I mean, can you say you're surprised? Have a look at this team. But Pavlidis, our star striker, is injured. And Trubin is also injured. This could be rough. And you might be thinking, where is our starting DM gone? Well, guess what? Just after Guendouzi came in, he also had his release clause met. And I took it as a sign. I thought, you know what? We can't just, every time someone leaves, bring in a star player. These players were here from the start, and they deserve an opportunity. So it's either going to be him or Barrio to be starting the Champions League final. Might be a bit of a mistake, but I wanted to give the lads an opportunity. Luke Bacchio got 23 and 12, so he was our star man anyway. But in the Champions League, Pavlidis got 10 goals. And we're now not going to be able to play him. Kevin Shardy, a very good season. 8 in the Champions League, 8 in the league. Very good. Patrick Wimmer, 5 and 8, 2 and 6. Luckily, Ivanovic played a couple Champions League games, so hopefully he's ready for that big step up. But it is going to be a big step up, and I think it's about time we get into that final. So this is what our team's looking like against PSG. The goalkeeper situation is not ideal, but I'm hoping the defense can prevent as many chances as possible, because I think they're definitely good enough. And Ivanovic, to be fair, this striker in this role in this team is mainly going to be a poacher. So if he can finish his chances, there's no reason we can't beat PSG. Let's get into this and win the Champions League. And we're underway. This is going to be a nervy affair. Hopefully we can get an early goal to settle the nerves, because this is not going to be ideal, and that's not a bad start at all. We've gotten behind their defense early, but the key goal of this game is prevent as many attacks as possible, because we've got a silver goalkeeper. But with players like Dembele and Neves, it's going to be difficult. Big save from the silver goalkeeper. Okay, it's not a pen. It's all good. What a moment for him. That's going to build his confidence so much. Okay, Mendy has got it now. He's won that back fantastically. We've got Kevin Shardy in front of him. Kevin, mate, make a run. There we go. Kevin's on the ball. He's just going to go for it by himself. He's going to go for it. Surely. Silva. Silva has scored in the Champions League final. I told you, we're not replacing the DM. We're giving the chance to the boys that were here the whole time. And he's paid us back. He's paid us back. Oh my God. And now it's time for a Jose Mourinho defensive masterclass. That is half time. A solid defensive half. The keeper has filled Trubin's gloves fantastically. And we're now 45 minutes away. And I mean, looking at this team, I don't really know whether changes are needed yet, but I kind of want to go crazy. And we're doing it. Wimmer is being fantastic and stuff like that. But Schelderup, I noted him out at the start as one to watch, and I want to give him an opportunity, and there's not many bigger opportunities in a Champions League final, so Schelderup, don't let me down. Jose's told the team in the second half, we've got to play aggressive with our challenges. We've got to make PSG scared to receive the ball. If we've got to take a red, we've got to take a red. It don't matter, but Ivanovic now is on the ball. He's played it in behind. It's against Hakimi, but Shard's done it. Oh my God, that is unlucky. But I think aggressive challenges here. We've got the players like Guendouzi that love it. And I think, hopefully, you know what? It's not a red. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Get stuck in. Slow it down. Take the yellow. Just no more of that. Shard's got it now and behind. I mean, this is fantastic playing. Marquinhos isn't coming across, and Shard's through on goal. Interesting defending there, PSG. Let 90 whatever pace Shard just run through on goal, and he's made it 9 and 15. And 2 up in the Champions League, and I don't want to jinx it, but I think we're going to go on to win this now. Well, we're definitely not going to lose it now. We've got a 2-goal lead, and we're lining up like this. Sade's the only player staying up. Everyone else, we've got a back 5. Araujo's now moved into centre-back. We're going to move to the right-hand side of it. Zanotti's come on at right-back. Arsenes has come on at centre-mid. Schelderup and Luke Bacchio, we're going defensive, but we need to win the Champions League. Literally got 5 minutes left now. All the way back to, I want to say, the honorary man of the match. Because when it was 0-0 early doors, Gomez, the fill-in keeper that hasn't played a game all season, made some big saves at 0-0. And obviously we've gone on to win 2-0 by the looks of it. But he was so important early doors, settling the nerves. And there's 1 minute added on. We'll just boot it up, give them a touch of the ball. And that has got to be confirmed. Benfica have won the Champions League in 3 seasons. And I want to say, we kept a lot of the starting players involved in this squad. Obviously, we brought in a lot of players. Shard obviously scored the seal of the deal. But Silva was a backup midfielder. Because of a sale, he got brought into the starting 11. And he scored the opening goal. The backup goalkeeper made big saves. Antonio Silva, Araujo at centre-back. There was a lot of players that kept their position. Trubin, obviously the striker that sadly got injured. Luke Bacchio on the right. We kept a lot of the core of the squad. And now we lift the Champions League. I actually don't know who's captain because of all of the changes we made and stuff like that. I don't know who's ended up with the armband. But either way, they get their hands on that glorious looking trophy with the red and white stripes. And it's Thomas Araujo. I can't complain at all. He's played at right back. He's played at centre back for us. He's been an absolute legend. And he lifts the Champions League with Jose in charge. And we have done it. It took 3 seasons. I was expecting maybe 4 or 5. But either way, we have accomplished it. So make sure to let me know down below Who should we rebuild next? I'm thinking we go back to a championship or a low side Prem team. But either way, obviously get your suggestions down below because I'll be reading all the comments. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.